Okay, hey guys, I'm back. Like I told you, I'll be making a lot of videos today. I'm cramming. Yeah, I even changed my shirt. I'm a lot more comfortable now. Yeah, that's The Lion King. I went to go see the show in August of last year. I went to London. I went to go see it. It was really, really good. Hate jet lag. Jet lag was trying to take me down, dude. I was watching it and I was like, but I saw the important parts. Because, I mean, everyone knows the Lion King story. You just want to see it sing. So I literally was like, I will watch all the singing shows. I will watch all the parts that involve singing because I will sing along. Anyway, we have another bad one. It is Peach Kisses by Cray4Vince. I think it's Cray4Vince, but it's C-R-4-V-I-N-Z. So I apologize right now if you think I messed up her name. Apologies. I'm so sorry. Right now, this story has 182K reads. It has 9.9K votes, and it has 47 parts. The cover, I really dig the cover. It's, of course, Peach. It has a girl with, like, butterflies all over her, looking so gosh darn ethereal. It's, like, asking someone to steal it. I think it's beautiful. I mean, honestly, quite frankly, I could do the same thing with, like, stock photos and then just basically be like, oh, yeah, I just came up with this out of mine. No, I love her cover. I did pre-read this, so you're probably wondering why am I so excited, because I pre-read the story and I actually really, really liked it. But I can't talk longer than 15 minutes about it, so I'm actually trying to make that 10 minutes where every video is 10 minutes, but we'll see. Of course, like we always do, I tell you when it was published. She published this story actually December 17th, 2017, so she's been killing it, man. I mean, that's 47 parts. And she published this in December. Okay. And for some reason, I felt like I had already seen the story for a minute, but like I hadn't clicked on it. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just deja vu or something. But anyway, I will read the summary. She has like a little part, like a little tiny scene, and it says, "Don't play games with me," he whispers as he pulls me onto his lap. "I'm not." I bite my lip. Bite. "Then tell me who you've been texting all day." And it just ends there. Like, okay. It makes you think like, oh, is she cheating on him? Like, if you didn't know what this story was about, you'd be like confused. Next it says, "Everybody wonders how I do it, how I love the most dangerous man on this planet, how I keep him mine with his wild looks and handsome figure. When really I didn't fall for him, he fell for me." And she made number 41 in romance, 01/02/118. No, sorry, it's 18, not 118, because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So, the chapters are all named different things, which is pretty cool. Again, I pre-read this, so I like it, but I mean, this is kind of, it's like one of those things where you read it and you're kind of like, oh my God, I love this, and I love this, and I love this. Okay. So, right off the bat, clicking and trying, you gotta bring up the cat. Oh, she has a picture of a cute dark-skinned chick. Go. By the way, the girl's name is Tequila. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not upset. Like, it's more because of a conversation me and my friends had yesterday. We were talking about just books in general, because we always end up having a conversation about IR books. And she was talking about how one of the characters was named a certain way, and she was like, why can't any of the characters ever have, like, a normal name? And I was like, I don't know. I had my say about it, but, when you're with your friends, your mouth gets a little loose, and you just say whatever you think. And so for me, it was just like, I personally, when it comes to names, I just kind of say a name out loud, and if it feels right, I just go with it. If it doesn't feel right, I just keep saying names. I'm like, what's her name? Sometimes I'll write a story and actually not have a name for a character, which is why sometimes when I'm writing a story and I pick a name, I just pick a name out of thin air, I might change the name in the middle of the story, and Marie's like, who is this chick? And I'm like, just me trying out some new name in the middle of the book, because why not? The stuff that I do everywhere. But Tequila, okay, so first of all, it's interesting that she doesn't really start off about, like, the guy or any of her situation. It's just like, Tequila, is that really your name? Like, do you like it? Whose idea was it? It isn't that bad. Like, it's kind of just her talking about, like, mentally going through her memories of people making fun of her name. And it's kind of funny because it's like, oh, so you're going to start with this character, like, this character. You're not going to start in, like, I've not seen this on Wattpad before. So it's kind of cool that she starts off with like almost a flashback and I kind of understand it. Of course, I'm a bit confused because it's almost like a pre-narration, but then I think, again, this might be a prologue. It might be a bit of a prologue. I don't know. The thing is, like, first half of the chapter is kind of like a prologue, while at the same time narrating what happened to her to get her in the situation she ends up in permanently in the second chapter. Now, basically what happens is she's on her way home and she's super tired. And I have to say, what I loved about this was she has rain. It was raining. What I like about this is that she has a bit of enough reality in the beginning. Like, the girl's walking from work, she's tired, she's really not paying attention, and then she's like, you know what, freaking, I'm gonna take a shortcut to get to my apartment. And then she sees these guys pop this dude. Now, when she saw this and her immediate reaction was running, I loved it, because a lot of people will write a story and a girl will like get caught up in some action, and for whatever reason she manages to notice how hot the guy is. I know that you have to have the girl kind of attracted to the dude, and I know you have to have them fall in love, but this is something I'm going to say for for Amazon books and the Wattpad books. You guys need to, like, when you write a character falling in love with someone, please do it within a realistic timeline. Like, if this guy is a very violent gangster and he kills someone in front of the girl, now that's not what happens in this, but the goons kill somebody in front of the girl, but if you have that happen to the character, I honestly don't know what woman would be like, oh yeah, the guy who's staring at me, who's threatening my life, is so fine, like, so hot. Like, she could acknowledge that he's good looking, but for her at that moment, it would add terror to the situation. Like, the more pretty or more handsome someone is, and the more ghastly the act they commit seems. I love that, because it's always kind of done a lot in the mangas when they're doing characters that are kind of like mentally unstable or psychotic. There's always this kind of like huge, I know what the word is. My body and mind know. My soul knows what the word is, but I cannot remember. It's when two things are so opposite, but they're supposed to be opposite so that you can see the difference between the two. But I cannot, for the life of me, remember what that word is. Okay, anyway, whatever, you get what I mean. Basically, it's contrast. Contrast. The word is contrast. 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 There's a huge contrast between someone who looks really, really hot or really, really charismatic or really, really attractive versus somebody who is very versus the person that does what the act they do. The act that they perform. If the act is so very ghastly, like killing someone or murdering someone, raping someone, pedophilia, whatever, it's what that contrast makes whatever both seem more extreme and almost almost a lot more offensive. So anyway, that's just me talking randomly, whatever. So the guys basically go after her because they're like, you saw something you shouldn't see. Tequila takes off because she's smart run, bitch, run. So she runs and she takes off and she's like, I really need to get out of here. She gets up to her apartment. She's like, I need to get to my dog, my best friend, help me. She doesn't make it. They knock her out. They take her out. So basically after all that, she ends up showing up at, this guy's place. And they're like, my issue here was like, I love Tequila's responses. I love Tequila when she's rambling. I fucking love rambling Tequila. I don't know why. I just love female characters, black female characters that do that. It's something about a black female character like getting nervous and emotional and rambling, and it's kind of like, okay, I feel like you're showing me real fear. Like, you're showing me this character. It's not like she's okay with her situation. You're showing me moments where it's like, oh my god, if I don't say something right now, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna get shot. I don't want to die. And this is real. That's real. Even if it's a fictional situation, it is completely real to the idea that if somebody ends up in a situation where they're faced with this guy who looks like he would do them in a second, you're just like, nothing you say would make sense. You're always scared. You would not be speaking with your mind. You'd be speaking with your pounding heart. So she basically is telling him her entire situation. And then he basically is like, what do you remember? And so, hold up, it's reverse. he asked her, what do you remember? And so Tequila low-key be like, I was walking home from work and my feet were hurting, so I decided to take a shortcut to work, and then I went to my apartment, and I really don't remember anything else. And like, you know, when someone's like, who do you think you playing with? Like, I know you saw someone get shot. You wouldn't be here unless I didn't know you got shot. So yeah, she was definitely like trying to play this game like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Someone got who? Did someone get shot? You know, I don't remember that. So he like, do I look like a fool? Do I look dumb to you? And she's like, no, I mean, you're handsome. No, I mean, like, what? Like her mouth and her brain are having an argument, but words are still coming out. So I'll tell this right now. I love the first chapter. I loved the first chapter. I couldn't be more satisfied with this chapter, first chapter. Tequila, it still maintains the Tequila POV. I really love Tequila as a character. I can't help it. I mean, I think it's because she's just enough of different that it balances well with her being like an average heroine damsel in distress kind of thing. And it's funny because I was really like over, I'm not over mafia stories, but I've read a few dark stories on Amazon, and some of the stories were just kind of like, to me, I'm big on strong female characters. I'm just going to put that out there for anybody who ever is like, oh, I want her to read my book, or I want her to review my book. I am big on female characters that are distinct in the storyline. Doesn't mean I don't care about the male character. I do. Of course. But like, the problems I see often stem from the female character, which is kind of sad because you would think as a woman writing a story, you would kind of give the female a lot more distinct characteristics. But a lot of the times we are so focused on trying to make the male attractive because, again, it's a romance. So a lot of women read it to kind of take, in their mind, to take the role of the female and be with the man. But in my opinion, that is not what I want. I want a story where I'm invested in the female character just as much as I am in the male character. And that's what makes a good story for me. When a woman has characters that make me laugh, because you want to relate to the female. You want to be like, ha, I do that. Ha, ha, she fell walking a straight line. I've done that. Anyway, so you really want to have a distinct female character, and I absolutely love Tequila. So she gets there, he's like, stop playing games with me, I want some from you. And she's like, okay, what do you want from me? The one you are basically threatening my life. And he's like, I want you to marry me. And he's like, you weren't joking. And so when he asked her name, she's like, my name's Tequila. And he's like, my name's Whiskey. I was like, boy, if you don't, she really telling you your name. Does she look like she capable of lying right now? Like, no. He said a strange name for a strange woman. I'm like, have you heard of Watermelon Landria? Watermelon Landria? Have you heard of her? Exactly. Keep your mouth shut. There are tons of other names out there that could be considered weird. Anyway, basically, he's talking about how he wants to get married. Homegirl's like, I don't want to get married. I'm too young to marry. I don't want to get married. Which I love because for once there was a character like, I'm not really looking for a man right now. And I know you think I'm looking for a man right now, but I'm telling you, I'm not looking for a man right now. And it's like, and she's like, I don't really have a choice. But I kind of found it BS that he was like, you can't ever go back to your apartment. You can't ever talk to people from your previous life. And then he like goes on to other things like, I can sleep around with who I want. You can't, bitch. What? No, first of all, this is a fake marriage. So you can't really tell me what to do. The only thing you can tell me to do is like, don't get caught. And I'll tell you, well, why don't you not get caught? Like, I was like, if that was not a chauvinistic male thing, that was. I mean, a man opening a door for you is not chauvinistic. A man telling you you're going to go in a fake marriage and you have you can't sleep with someone and have a baby or a child. Yeah, that's not cool. Somebody remember the movie Duchess? Duchess was a movie that made me so upset. I was so mad. And then I wanted to cast up by accounts. Obviously, I wanted to barf. I was like, oh God. The movie was amazing. I'm not saying the movie was bad. The movie was amazing. But just the fact that she couldn't do, like, she finally found someone she was in love with. She was with him. She was happy. And then this old dude, like, he is able to live in the house with his mistress and her children, what was once her best friend, but she can't have the man she loved. And then he wouldn't even let her keep her child, which was crazy. Oh my God. We're not talking about Duchess. I will do a movie review later if you guys are interested. Comment below if you want me to do a review about movies. So, I had an issue. Okay, so she walks in on a girl. I don't know what her name is. Adrian. I think it's Adrian. Adrian. Okay, so she leaves and I guess she walks into a room where Adrian is this other girl that I guess likes Ace. By the way, the main male character's name is Ace. The female main character is Tequila, and there's this bitch character named Adrian. We already explained why I use bitch. I don't use the word slut, and I don't use the word whore, and I don't use any of that because I feel like no woman is a slut and a whore. If he slept with her, you can't call her a slut or whore. He's a slut too, so you're gonna have to call both of them sluts. And since I don't want to call my hero technically a hero slut, I'm just gonna call her a bitch. Because even my heroine can be a bitch too. And I will call a heroine out for being a bitch too. So don't even start. But anyway, so she walks out the room and she walks into this other room and there's a girl named Adrian who's like, hold up, you need to knock. Now mind you, I kind of busted out laughing because like, you kind of in a house you don't belong and you just walk into a room. Yeah, you're gonna be so, what are you doing? My mom, if someone goes through her cabinets, it's kind of funny. She'll just cast this look from the side like, why are they going through my cabinets? This is not their house. Stop them. Stop them. Doctor Who. Anyway, so she basically is yelled at by this girl Adrian, and then the Adrian girl's like, she knocks. She's like, you will knock. You will knock before you enter. And so the girl knocks and opens the door. And she's like, who are you, basically? And the girl's like, I'm his fiance. Because that's what I've been forced to do. Can't you read my eyes? Help me. Help me. Adrian does not read her eyes and she ends up getting shot. Back over to the guy. And the Adrian girl's like, what? So she busts through the door and goes to him. It's like, I'm the woman for you. And he's like, shut up and blah, blah. But for me, honestly, because Tequila followed her into the room, I would have thought it would have been smarter. And this is just my opinion. I think it would have been better if Adrian had gone in the room, argued with him, and then had left. So then if you ever needed to use Adrian again, then it would have been like, because Tequila would be kind of outside the bubble. Like she would kind of guess or assume that maybe the girl was with him and was pissed off that he was getting married. But it would be confirmed if you ever had a scene where she catches them together. It gives you that kind of open wall to play with that Adrian character if you ever need like a negative enemy character. I'm just saying, I think that transition would have been a little bit better. But that's just a suggestion. It is what it is. Again, like my other story. I mean, I just make suggestions. I tell people what I think would have been better opening. And boom, do what you want. It's your story. Obviously, I was still waking up with that other book. I'm awake now. After I went to go eat and change my clothes and stuff. So basically it's like, this is what it's gonna be. This is how the rules are. You're gonna, like I mentioned, he can do what he wants to do. Oh, sorry. All right. Problem. Okay, so the third chapter is actually great, and it's not really a chapter. It's basically she was pissed off. The writer is talking about how like she lost a lot of her chapters, and they were really, really long with Wattpad, and so she has to go back and fix it and write some. So great is not a chapter. Great is basically her just dealing with the fact that she lost some chapters, and I understand your pain. Tequila's POV. I don't even know why she points it out. I just love Tequila anyway. I don't really care what Ace thinks. I just think Tequila's hilarious. I literally would finish this book just because of Tequila being crazy. Now, because at the beginning, you're thinking Peaches and Kisses, the way it starts, you're thinking it's going to be like a really dark romance. And it has dark themes. But because of Tequila's narrative, it makes it so much more funny that I'm totally willing to deal with it, right? Right? I keep looking like at my actual screen. I shouldn't, but I can't help it because I want to look at myself because I'm pretty. Like, Dumbo action. Yas. So, anybody watch Bollywood? I do. When they're tapping their feet, I'm always like, I wish I could do that too. I wish I could do that too. Oh my God, a little coffee and the whole world opens up wide. So anyway, we're in the third chapter. They're getting married. So I just slowly stopped. So basically they stop, right? And he tells her we're getting married Saturday. And she's like everything he said, Ace announces or pronounces is just like, why my life? And so you're just like, ugh. But then anyway, so Tequila's just like, I don't even want to, I just don't have anything to say, because anything I would have to say would be, take me home, miss, take me to the home place, take me home, ace, take me home, place, it rhymes, place, ace, place. So anyway, she's just like, I'm getting married. This must be some kind of sick joke, some cruel, weird. For me personally, marriage is like one of those things that even if I was marrying someone I love, I probably would technically think it's like a sick joke or some twisted thing, because I'm not really down. I'm not saying marriage is awesome. Like, everyone wants their happily ever after, but in my mind, I'm always like, marriage is so much stuff. It's a lifelong commitment. It's like when you decide to like actually work out, like when you decide to change your lifestyle, like I decided to change my lifestyle and eat a little bit healthier, barely, and work out. My biggest thing was inactivity, not so much food. So I'm like huge on trying to get back in the gym or whatever. Can't you tell? Ballin'! Look at them guns. But yeah, so it's like the rain keeps capturing my eyes. Like, I look out and I'm like, I'm just gonna stare at the rain, and you guys can watch me watch the rain. Okay, guys? Hey. Anyway, so basically she's just like, no on the marriage. I was gonna go on a tangent about my views of marriage. Let's just not. So basically, she goes to bed, she wakes up, and someone says some shit to her, and she's like, I'm going to die. Like, you know, when you're like, you keep having like random moments, like 1 minute you're okay and then the next you're not okay, and she's like, I'm going to die. And the guy's like, what? I'm going to die! Why is this happening to me? I'm stuck in some... She goes... No, God. Go ahead. She's basically screaming. Like, she's finally having her panic attack. Like, she was going through the shock. And now she's like, I'm going to die. Like, she's like, I'm freaking out. Everybody. I want you to know I am freaking out right now. I'm freaking out. So she's freaking out. And then she said something along the lines of like, what is my Hugo gonna think of me? And then the guy's like, Hugo? And she's like, think of me. And she's like, you have a baby? And she's like, yes, the cutest, furriest. He's like, whoa, hold up, stop, all brakes. It's a dog. She's like, yes, it's a dog. Your baby is a dog? And she's like, don't say it like that. Like, it's an important part of my family. And I know what she means, because you know how some people are like with their animals, like, that is my baby. What? Like, you know. So basically we go on and like, it's just like random moments that I just had to burst out laughing. So, So basically she's like asking questions like, what about you, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, tells her like literally everything. My name's Ace Marcel. I'm 25. I don't have a favorite color, food, color, song, or any of that nonsense. Don't ask. I own this entire empire, which means I'm rolling in the bucks and I control everything. I feel like kind of like he didn't really have to go into the whole, I'm a boss and I'm an alpha male and I'm amazing and I'm a billionaire. I'm sick of seeing the word billionaire. Not because of this story, but because I'm just sick of it. Like, have you ever, like, every time, like, someone wants to have a character who's, like, working for a multi-billion-dollar company, or they're dealing with their CEO or something, it's like, we gotta talk about $1 billion. Which, in fact, I think most of the time, the things they're talking about would actually be in thousands of dollars, not in millions of dollars or billions of dollars. But then again, I don't know. I just feel like, do a little bit more research on the actual money amounts of things, and then you might not sound so cheesy. But that's not because of the story. This is because of other books. So my favorite part is when they're in the car and they're on the way to like go, you know, shopping for her wedding stuff. And she just kind of like, I don't want to do this. And he basically says, like, she's talking about her, like, her family, I think, or like her friends. And she's like, what are you going to do with all my friends? And how are they going to know I'm fine or whatever? Then this dude says, I took care of it. And she was like, what you mean you took care of it? Like, you killed them? So that was funny because she flips the fuck out. And I could literally go on and on. There's like just so much stuff that I just freaking loved about Peaches and Kisses. Like, Peaches Kisses, like Peach Kisses, not Peaches and Kisses, Peach Kisses. Like, there's just so much crap I loved about this story. Like, just Tequila being hilarious. I do think Ace is a bit extra. I feel like maybe I think the writer should go back and look at some of the dialogue between Ace and Tequila, just to kind of maybe flow it. But I love Tequila. I love freaking Ace. I don't even really... What chapter is this? This is the third chapter. I'm not going to go into chapter 4 because if I do, this is going to become a 40-minute video. The link is down below. You guys need to check the story out. This is a Cy Wood hardcore. Again, I don't even know. I love it. And she was like, this girl was actually like, yeah, the grammar. I think she was the one who was talking about the grammar. And I was like, I don't care about grammar because that's what Grammarly's for. That's what friends are for. Your story is good. I would say a little bit more detail. Again, I don't know why I keep telling people detail today, but like a bit more detail in the first chapter. Maybe a little bit more distinction between what had happened and what is happening to her a little bit more. Or maybe you could start off with someone yelling, hey, get back here. And then we can go into like her monologue about how her day actually was and what she was doing prior to. But that is all I have to say. Oh my gosh, Peach Kisses, crave for Vince. Go read it. Go check it out. Let me know what you think. Down below, comment, subscribe, do what you do. Bye, love.